Hey guys, my name is Nick. Now we are going to talk about food. I'm going to talk first. I never eat sweets for breakfast. I always drink milk for breakfast. I never eat yogurt for dinner. I always eat lemons for lunch. I sometimes eat bread for breakfast. I usually eat chocolate for lunch. I sometimes eat yogurt for breakfast. I never, ever eat bananas for lunch. I sometimes eat oranges for dinner. And I usually drink milk for lunch. What about you? What do you eat for breakfast? Do you eat milk for breakfast? Do you eat bananas for dinner? Do you eat bread for lunch? What do you usually eat for breakfast? What do you never eat for dinner? And what do you sometimes eat for lunch?
Hello, my name is Edward and I am an English teacher here at Lux English. And here is all of my food. So here there are potatoes. I always eat potatoes for dinner, but I never eat potatoes for breakfast. I usually drink tea for breakfast, and I always drink my tea with milk. Sometimes I eat cupcakes for lunch, but I never eat cupcakes for dinner. Sometimes for dinner I have spaghetti, but I never eat strawberries for dinner. Here we have some eggs. I always eat eggs for breakfast, but I never eat eggs for dinner. Here, an apple. I always eat an apple, sometimes for breakfast, sometimes for lunch, and sometimes for dinner. Here is a lemon. I never eat lemons. I never eat them for breakfast, I never eat them for lunch, and I never eat them for dinner. But sometimes I do eat tangerines for breakfast or lunch, but I never eat tangerines for dinner. Thank you very much for looking at my food with me.
Hello, my name is Jonathan. I come from England, Great Britain, but I'm here in Lux English to talk with you about all of these foods, because some of these foods I love, like chocolates and sweets. I always eat chocolates and sweets, but I never eat chocolates and sweets for breakfast. No, for breakfast I usually eat cereal. I usually eat cereal for breakfast. And what do I have with my cereal? I usually have apple juice for breakfast as well. Oh, what else do we have here? For breakfast, I do like having jam on my toast. I sometimes have jam on my toast for breakfast, but not all the time. What else do we have? Ooh, tomato juice. I don't like tomato juice. I never have tomato juice for breakfast. I never have tomato juice for lunch. I never have tomato juice for dinner. I never have tomato juice anytime. Oh, but a pear, I love eating pears. I sometimes have a pear for lunch. I sometimes have a pear with my dinner. But I often will have cheese. I often have cheese for lunch. I usually have cheese with some bread. I will usually have cheese and bread for lunch. I sometimes will have sausage with my cheese and bread. I sometimes will have sausage, cheese, and bread for lunch. I never have a yogurt for lunch. I usually have a yogurt for breakfast. I sometimes have orange juice for breakfast. A tangerine. I often have a tangerine after my dinner, but I never have cereal for lunch or for dinner. I will never have cereal for dinner. I will sometimes have a pear for dinner. I always like eating sweets. I always like eating sweets at any time of the day. Which of these things do you like to eat for breakfast? Which things do you never eat for lunch? Which things do you sometimes eat for dinner? Goodbye.